everybody, and welcome to Off the Rack. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
Today we're going to talk about Civil War, Captain America 3 Civil War, which should have just been called Avengers Civil War, or Marvel Civil War.
No, you can't call it Avengers because, there was no Avenger team this time.
There were literally 2 Avengers team in this movie. But anyway, rather than talk about comics and review them based on the art, writing, and story, instead we're going to talk about this movie and judge it based on just things we liked about it, things we didn't like about it, things that we thought could be improved, or at least things that we're excited that are being set up for the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Anyway, let's get into it. I guess since there's so many personalities on the couch, what we'll do is we'll go in order based on what we thought about the movie.
Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was great. It was one of my favorite Marvel movies, I think. It had a lot of moments that, to me, were amazing. The story wasn't the best of the Marvel movies, I don't think, but it was good enough, and it was super cool, so I liked it.
I agree. I think it was a fantastic movie. Whole lot of fun, fantastic moments, great dialogue, great character moments. So yeah, I'm on board. I think Marvel is really setting a new bar for themselves to try and compete.
I mean, like, where were the gray coats and the blue coats go? No, I liked it a lot. It was great. It was a great movie. I mean, Winter Soldier, was fantastic in terms of Captain. I mean, Captain America's been exceeding my expectations at every turn. So, pretty much, I'm like, oh, you slap Captain America on the front of that, I know it's gonna be a great movie. So
That's fair. Yeah, this was a movie pretty much like made for me. It was great, I guess. I had a lot of fun watching it. I had a lot of emotional connectivity with the movie that made it difficult to watch at certain junctures. Spoilers for this episode. We're gonna ruin the movie. So if you watched it already, that's great. But if you didn't, jump to the timestamp right there, and you'll be able to see the end of the episode. Like I said, I think the movie should have been called Marvel Civil War because it's almost not really a Captain America movie. It is because, it's about him and his connection with Bucky, which, by the way, called it. I was like, the emotional connection will be with Cap and Bucky, and called it. I don't care about Bucky. I just don't care about Bucky. I think he's a neat character. I think that the Winter Soldier is a neat concept, but, I gotta save Bucky. I don't care who I need to step on or screw over to do it.
I disagree with you wholeheartedly.
Oh yeah, why is that?
I love Bucky. I love the emotional, the loyalty and just the friendship that they have. I mean, the fact is, I don't think he's I gotta save Bucky. He has got to save Bucky, but at the same time, he is putting his foot down against, this whole superhero registration, essentially.
Well, they didn't even do the superhero registration.
You know what I mean.
It's the Sokovia.
It's still the same thing.
No, the Sokovia Accords are different. The Superhuman Registration Act, I had a fundamental problem with. The Sokovia Accords, I was like, this is a flimsy piece of garbage. Because,
oh, did you read it?
No, I'm
just
saying...
Did you go through the entire document and
I
check
didn't
out
need
the
to, because the
highlight
concept
sections?
of the Sokovia Accords is dumb, because
putting the UN in charge
it is
wouldn't
contingent on the UN making decisions about the Avengers, which, number one, they would never agree... 117 nations, that all have to sign off on when the Avengers can do something? Yeah. So when Thanos comes, I'm sure that all 117 of them will be able to do that.
I think they agreed to create a board that would,
Yeah.
And I'm sure that Roxxon will be on that board. I'm sure
117 countries supported this.
Right.
Yeah, supported putting them under the thumb of the UN. I agree it wouldn't fucking work.
No.
But what I'm saying is that, part of Cap's drive is, he's like, were this any other situation, we would have just taken care. You would have heard what I had to say, been like, it's just something beyond this. Something's not right. A mystery is afoot, essentially.
Yes.
I got to the heart of it. There's something here that's seemingly more dangerous. We need to look into it. You know what I mean?
That is what he gets to eventually, but at first he's just like, well, I want to arrest him.
Yeah.
He doesn't think he's innocent, or he doesn't tell anyone that he thinks he might be innocent. He just doesn't want them to kill him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Cap's decision is just
Understandable.
Yeah.
Well, and that's Cap's whole approach to innocent until proven guilty. Even if he did do it, he deserves. I mean, he doesn't really even say this, but he deserves the right to a fair trial.
Yeah. Yeah, and if that had been his objection, is you can't just kill him. They're saying shoot on sight, but all they have is one video still. It's not enough.
That's not enough.
And I would have been like, yes, that is a good point. They kind of alluded to it, but I felt he didn't really make it strongly enough. It was just kind of well, I should be the one to bring him in, so I'm going to bring him in.
Right.
It's interesting because, in a way, Iron Man was more militaristic in this because
yeah.
he was following orders,
Yeah.
Yep.
even though those orders really followed his own beliefs. And Captain America was going against all of that.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a juxtaposition.
Can I just
Yeah.
say we don't get that? Like that should have been in there, and we
Yes.
don't get it. A moment where Ross, like, with steam shooting out of his ears, like freaks out about the Avengers basically kowtowing to the like might of the Hulk, or at least being complacent in the Hulk's actions in
Yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
Where he's like, yeah, but also the Hulk is a menace, and he has sex with my daughter, and I'll kill him. Where is he though? Like if he used the Sokovia Accords to
Yeah.
make the Avengers explain to him where Banner was, like that was the whole point.
That would have been
Just
God.
to find the
different
Hulk.
thing.
That would
And
have
they're
been
like, we don't know. He got
He
into a
would've been
plane and he
behind it.
flew away.
That would have been like the Incredible Hulk Civil War.
Right.
That would have been. I would
Yeah.
have
That would
been
have
a
been a very different movie.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% okay with that. Helmet Zero in this movie has a really like crappy arc.
Yeah.
Like
His
Yes.
entire plot sucks.
It's the
the
weakest part of
actor's
the movie.
great.
Yeah.
And his like decision to engineer a civil war between the superheroes and make them destroy each other is cool, I guess. But
Did he engineer the Sokovia Accords though?
Right?
Because without that, you don't have the
Yeah.
Civil War.
There's also-
or did he just wait? Like he knew it would come.
I don't
and
know.
Oh, he was planning
Then
the
he
whole
put
thing.
his plan into action. I don't
it
know.
was weird
Do you know what's
because
funny? I feel like his plan didn't include that at all. It just happened to happen.
yeah, he's like,
oh,
oh, sweet.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
making
guess.
them be divided is not
Because but his division wasn't set on that. It was
No.
set on. It was predicated on
Right.
something entirely
Yes.
different. And this
So
just
that's
happened.
just a coincidence.
It was
It
a
was a
bonus.
coincidence.
Maybe
that, like,
he
a
forged, like, a whole lot of country signatures for the Sokovian Act.
Yeah, they're like 117 nations, and like
12 of them were like, yeah, we signed it. The rest were like, I guess an ambassador did or something. Yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah, that sounds good. Well, it's probably like most ways that in which things are signed into law, where they had some intern read it or give them the gist of it, and they signed it.
Yeah.
When they announced that Zemo was the villain, I was like, oh,
Well, yeah, because you think of like
his
Magenta and
fuchsia outfit with
Jeez,
his little
weird
like
thing,
furs
Yeah.
and his tiara.
Yeah.
But thankfully, he doesn't wear a costume
No, that's not a tiara. It's like an X-Men belt, just, on your head.
on his
your
head.
yeah.
With
That's a
pouches.
tiara.
But
No, I keep stuff in those little pockets.
he's
It's a
cool.
utility tiara.
He's cool, and his motivation is interesting. But yet
Oh.
again, he's Sokovian.
I disagree.
Another Sokovian, another problem. Like,
I lost my wife and my daughter.
yeah,
And
like
now-
everyone.
And
Yeah,
now,
boo-hoo.
because of that, I will take down not only the superpower people, but, like, countries in the process.
What other countries does it take down?
I mean, he basically... Doesn't he, start off the whole problem with...
Well, he does blow.
Oh, he
up
does blow up
whatever it is.
Wakanda. He does blow
Yeah.
up the UN embed, like whatever that
Yeah,
is.
he sets off a bomb at the fucking
Yeah, and he
UN.
kills T'Chaka.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, which is
Can I
not
just
really
say-
justified by your family
Yeah.
being killed by the Avengers.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I made it be the Winter Soldier.
I guess like he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
like he was probably never really a
Well,
good.
hang on.
He was like an.
I
part
liked
of the
his
military.
the false plot better.
Oh yeah, actually getting those super
Oh,
soldiers.
getting super
Yes!
soldiers to go down.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because like
Yeah.
he led some sort of death squad. Like he was not a nice guy. Seemingly.
Yeah, that's
No.
kind of what I thought. Yeah, he was a.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I was
like
like,
an
that's
evil person.
like that's cool. Like, he found out about this, and like he's
Yeah.
like, no, like,
Can I say I also really liked the twist of him killing all the super soldiers?
oh
though.
yeah, no, it was fine.
Being like,
but...
no, they're not. No, they're not in it.
Yeah, that was.
I know you
that
thought
was
there was gonna be a
cool
big fight, but
reveal.
there isn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I
Yes,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
it's a
like
good
that
arc for him.
because that means in the Black Panther movie we've already done that.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
we get like either they're gonna go back in time,
I doubt it.
or we're just gonna see a Black Panther who is the ruler of Wakanda, and he's also like just awesome. Like he's just doing his thing out
Or he's
there.
like a reluctant warrior, where like occasionally he will be like, I guess I gotta put on my Black Panther suit and solve problems.
yeah, or
like,
he's a reluctant king. Who knows?
that's
Like I don't care. I think that's neat.
it is cool.
Yeah.
That puts him in a different place that I
Yeah.
like.
I do like the fact that he died because it also provided a really good motivation for T'Challa, and also challenged his motivation when he was going after Bucky.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
also
mean,
put him on a side that he normally wouldn't be on because he wasn't on the side. I don't know. If, like he was kind of on the side of the Sokovian Accords.
Yeah.
Did he really
Because-
talk about
Because
it?
his father was.
Oh, his father was. His father
was,
agreed
yeah.
with
yeah,
it.
but we
all
don't
that
really get to see.
But like in a sense, I mean, like he's like, I don't really go beyond Wakanda, and the Black Panther isn't really part of this whole thing, so that's fine.
right.
Yeah.
It's like, so whatever. I'm on the side of killing the Winter Soldier.
Right.
Yep.
I'm on the side of killing the guy who
Is
killed my
this
dad.
the side that I get on for that?
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about some of these characters because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
The fact is, I think that this did a really, really great job of balancing characters and
Yeah.
using them appropriately.
Hang on.
Yeah.
The most appropriate use of character, in my opinion, was Scott Lang.
Oh, Ant-Man was what I wanted him to be. Like, when I saw Ant-Man, I enjoyed it, but I expected Paul Rudd to be funnier. I don't know if that makes sense, because, like, he was really funny in that movie, but, like, I expected Ant-Man to, almost Robert Downey Jr. up that movie, and he doesn't. He does a good job, but he doesn't, like, screw it up, but he is funny, and it works. In this, I needed to see more Ant-Man / Tony Stark interaction, because, like, that would have been like a 20-minute scene of amazing. That said,
Yeah, they couldn't fit it in.
everything funny was from Ant-Man, and everything that was funny was legitimately funny. It wasn't just like, I need to laugh because everything in here is so goddamn sad.
There was an element that I talked to you about with Hawkeye and Black Widow that I thought they had sown the seeds of in the first Avengers, and I thought was going to come out here, and then nothing came of it. Because in the first Avengers, when Loki takes over Hawkeye's mind, the two of them had that conversation where he's like, you don't know what it's like. She's like, I know what it's like to have someone in my head.
Mm-hmm.
At no point in time does she talk to
The Cap.
Tony Stark or Cap or anyone about this, how it's like, no, if he's been brainwashed, what he's doing is not, it's not his mind. Like, I
Yeah.
can tell you that right now, 100%. I mean, she does let him go.
Yeah.
But, like, I was like,
But not because of that.
yeah, but, like, Tony Stark is acting like, he's like, no, like, brainwashing, that's not real.
Well, even if it isn't, it's like, you're still culpable for your actions. And it's like, okay, well, then you should arrest Hawkeye for all the innocent S.H.I.E.L.D. agents that he murdered with arrows
Right?
in the Avengers movie.
Like, I
Yeah.
thought they had, I was like, when we were watching it, I was like, oh, they set up that whole thing.
Yeah.
Where, like, they talked about brainwashing. No.
No,
Okay.
because otherwise, like,
Damn it.
why would most of these people throw their lives away to help Captain America get into a fight at an airport hangar? Like, Ant-Man literally spends a whole movie trying to clear his name so that he could see his daughter, and then throws it all away to fight with Captain America.
Well, I assume it's because of
Yeah.
that, though.
But it is cool because he
Because
does
he
have
just
a
wants to
huge
fight
man
with-
crush on Captain America.
Falcon, Sam Wilson, and Bucky Barnes
Great.
were spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah, like their
Yeah,
interactions
good
were
interactions.
so strong.
Yep.
And so great.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah, their conflict with each other.
Yeah,
and,
and
their...
how like their friendship with Cap is pretty much the only thing that's keeping the two of them from killing each other
Yes.
at times. Like,
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah, that was great.
And
Falcon had great like moments all by himself.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he's a great
I-
ensemble player.
I love that Falcon has a problem with other animal-themed or insect-themed characters.
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody's got to have a gimmick.
Oh sure, I'm a Falcon. Now everyone's fucking
yeah.
animal.
Animal.
So,
yeah.
what, you're like, cats?
Yeah. Why would you assume that? Well, your outfit is a cat.
You're a giant cat.
You have little claws. Sure,
I really
hilarious.
liked Falcon's little robotic bird.
Oh, Redwing.
Yeah,
Red
it was
Wing.
fun.
Yes, I
They
really
made good
liked
use of it.
when Black Widow wouldn't talk to it.
Yes.
Come on, his name's Redwing. She's like,
I'm
no.
not talking to
No.
him. No.
Also, Black Widow is great in this movie. as
She
well.
is.
Yeah.
She, in my opinion, she's the hardest working Avenger.
She is. She's
Yeah.
in every Marvel movie.
No, I don't mean that. I mean, like, the fights themselves. She's doing more things.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
got to fight sentient robots and giant monsters and
That fight at the beginning, she's just...
Oh yeah, she's everywhere at
Yeah.
once.
And she's also on both sides, kind of. Like
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
both like
She's
trying to
both
keep
teams.
Iron Man level-headed,
Yep.
so that he's not just like blatant, like, oh, we have to get all these people and control
Yeah.
them, and also trying to like keep Steve in line and not, go off the fucking rails
Yeah.
with Bucky.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
a lot of it's a hard job.
I
It
think
is.
the point where Iron Man really lost me, by the way, is the Black Widow moment where he's just like, and now you're gonna be arrested. So
Yeah. Oh, him being a dick about it?
Yeah, I was like,
That is the most comic book Tony Stark has ever been.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, she should have fucking punched your jaw right
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
right then.
The character we're talking about is Crossbones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I did not
Crossbones.
expect him to die immediately.
In the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Like that's a goddamn problem. And it's a problem that Marvel needs to stop having because it's so fucking avoidable. And it's so fucking avoidable that it was avoidable to a kind of a fault in this movie, and that is they are afraid to kill any heroes, but they always kill the villain.
Mhm.
And like War Machine should have died because
Yeah.
that's enough out of War Machine. I think he's really cool. I don't think that War Machine being seriously injured by Vision but then being okay with Iron Man prosthetics is enough.
Yeah, that's not really.
I think, I mean, like, it's cool, but, like, it should have shaken Iron Man's entire connection to the problem, where he's like, I built a fucking dangerous robot. Like, that's the lesson to learn from that experience, and he doesn't even acknowledge it. The only villains we have that are still around are, like, Loki.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Thanos.
Thanos is not a villain. I mean, like, we know
And they're
he
probably
is,
gonna fucking
but
kill him.
if you only watch those movies, the only thing you know about Thanos is that he doesn't stand up.
Yeah.
He sits in a chair.
It's like his legs
He's
might
squatting
not
the whole
work.
time.
And he's just, and he like is annoyed at everyone around him. That's
Yeah.
really the only thing you know about Thanos. He doesn't
True.
do anything
That you're right, and that must be a deliberate choice
to kill all these
Yeah,
characters.
like we don't want a villain that keeps coming back.
I
We're
mean,
not doing
why?
that.
Because Loki works so well. Like Loki's like
Yeah, but
Loki's
he's only
cool.
like a half villain. Like
He's
like,
a villain
Yeah,
in Avengers.
no, he's-
in
right,
that movie
but-
he is. Yeah, but then he's
No,
helpful
see,
sometimes.
Hang on,
Yes.
the villainization of Loki in Avengers to me was more like he like struck a deal that he thought was going to go one way, and like Vader and Lando, it just kept getting worse till he was at this point where
Loki
he's
ain't
like,
no Lando.
you know what I mean though?
Yeah,
Like in that scenario
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
Vader is the equivalent of Thanos.
Right. No, Loki was like seduced by the power of Thanos.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then I think he like when he has that moment where he's like, no, it's real bad. I mean,
Yes.
and I'm on the right side, thank God. But
Yeah, there is a moment where he's like,
this just
he kind of regrets what he does.
Yeah.
Except in Thor: The Dark World, where he doesn't. Oh yeah, Spider-Man's in the movie.
Oh yeah, Spider-Man. Yeah. Well,
Okay,
whatever,
that's
yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Now goodbye.
And he's in the movie, and it's fine.
It's great.
It's awesome.
The Iron Man, the Tony in Queens sequence is the best moment in the movie.
Yeah.
you
I
think it's
think
the
so.
best moment in the movie.
No, the airport hangar is the best moment in the movie. That whole fight is the best. Is the reason to go.
That
Yes.
fight is intense. And
The
it's great.
fight is the reason to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the quiet talky scenes, easily the Tony Peter scenes are the best.
I really like those. Well, him and
Aunt May?
yeah.
Tom Holland's Spider-Man is so far one of the best on-screen. I mean,
Well,
not
there's only,
Tobey
like,
Maguire
4
off the
of them.
fucking chain, but
Well,
like
yeah, because like he looks like what you'd imagine Peter Parker would look like, a totally average.
yeah,
Yeah.
little boy.
Yeah,
Especially
kid,
that young.
Yeah.
where like
Yeah.
he looks like any other kid.
Yeah. I really liked Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man,
Yeah.
but
He was
I
more quippy.
he was more well, like no, I think this Spider-Man was more quippy. This Spider-Man is the Spider-Man you want to see because he would not shut up.
No, he wouldn't shut up, but I feel like Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man was more about the actual quip.
Yeah, Andrew Garfield
Like, he was
thought
for the
about the
zinger.
joke he was going to make and
Yes.
then made it.
Yeah.
This
Uh,
Spider-Man is a little bit more diarrhea mouth, but
he-
it's still all great.
He's
Yeah.
just desperate. He's like, "Da!"
I don't wanna-
It's the kind of Spider-Man that he always said he used to be, which is like, I make these jokes or I make these comments to distract myself from the fact that I'm like swinging at 110 miles per
Yeah.
hour to fight a monster.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
like I'm just trying to distance myself from what I'm doing.
And that I'm trying to punch Captain America.
Basically, both teams had a bug-based superhero who
Yes.
was obsessed with the leader of their team
That's true.
Yes.
and wanted to impress them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that between the two of them, Ant-Man had the better moments.
Oh my god, him on the arrow.
Yes. Yeah, I got this arrow guy. Here we go. We
Yeah,
got that moment.
Spider-Man's like attacks were fairly conventional.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
Still cool.
well, because he's young.
We've had
He's-
5 Spider-Man
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
We've seen everything Spider-Man could and will do.
Yes.
So anytime we saw Spider-Man on screen, while it was delightful to see him interacting with the Marvel Universe, they don't go like, finally he can do this.
No, it's
Right,
true.
yeah.
He's doing all the same shit and it's the same color scheme. So it's like he's just a red and blue blur doing something.
I am so happy they did not use the weird camera angle or like some sort of special effect
There's-
for his spider sense.
Oh, okay.
Where they just threw something and he catches it and it's it.
Yeah, somebody in the comments earlier mentioned that they missed his spider sense. I'm like, why? It's there in the movie.
Yeah.
He has a spider sense. He doesn't go spider sense tingling.
You
but
don't see like
he-
lines coming around
No.
his head or like half his head.
Yeah, and
turning
nor do
into
they play like
fucking
a
mask.
weird bell sound effect around him.
Or do they focus on his face where it goes,
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's just
or make a dumb joke about wow, that was a fast response there, and he
Nope.
says something.
I
like,
have extrasensory perception. Like, no, he catches something that he wouldn't have seen.
Yeah.
But the Stark Parker scene in the bedroom, it wasn't quite what I was hoping or what I was expecting to happen, but it was fine because I couldn't predict it and I didn't expect what happened to happen, and that was really great. I was expecting there to be a scene where like it's like a montage of them actually building the suit together, like in his room, or like working on his web shooters.
That would have been too much.
And then
for
Aunt
me.
May being like, "Bum bum bum, what are you boys doing in there?" And they're like, "Nothing."
What was your favorite, like move or whatever that happened in a fight in the movie?
I loved the Empire Strikes Back moment when Spider-Man takes down Ant-Man.
Yeah, I
And
really
you
like
can't
that.
remember what it's called.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
frustrated me on a nerd level that I can't even express to you right
The
now.
walkie thing.
He's
Yeah.
like, "That old movie?" I'm like,
Shut
So it's
up.
like,
That was good.
"Yeah."
I actually
How
thought
old is this kid?
before they did that, I thought like they should do the walker thing. He's like a walker. He's a big walker. You've got webbing.
Yeah.
And then like a minute and a half later, he does it. I'm like, yes.
That's awesome.
That's what
I'm
you would do.
Spider-Man.
I did
If
not
you're
expect
Spider-Man.
that.
I liked Ant-Man riding the arrow.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
cool.
Classic comic book moment. Great to see that.
I liked when Hawkeye shot the arrow at Vision
Yes.
and missed him. And he was like,
He's like,
Major look.
"Here comes some cars."
Yeah. Wait. I love the combo moves that were in this movie.
Yeah.
And Hawkeye was part of a lot of them.
Yes.
I thought that was cool. Like, I like to see that. I also liked him and Black Widow fighting where they're like,
Are we still friends?
yeah, no, we're good. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, they've been on opposite
We're
sides.
gonna.
like,
This is temporary.
yeah. let's let the children play.
Yeah.
We know at the end of the day this is gonna be fun.
They're basically acting at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing. We're just sparring.
Doing
Yeah.
some moves. Yeah, it's fine.
We're just testing our new moves.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
I think when Ant-Man told Cap to throw the little thing at the tiny truck and then it exploded, he's like, I thought it was a water truck! Oh, I'm sorry!
Oh, that's a lot more damage than I expected to
There's something brilliant about making Spider-Man so young and how telling it is about Tony Stark as a character.
Yeah.
That, like, he wanted them to sign the Sokovian Act. He, he doesn't want Cap to go running off and do these things, but he's willing to bring a teenager in
Yep.
in order to prove that he's right.
But that's the thing. There was a moment where at the end of the fight, Spider-Man's taken down, and the movie,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the cool part's over, and then we gotta go deal with everyone being sad. And Tony Stark is like, "You have to leave. You're
Yeah.
done. Get out." And that was so weird watching it. I was like, "What am I supposed to feel in this moment?
Yeah, is he firing him or is he concerned?
Is he upset with himself?"
I think he
and it's
is.
Many.
Yeah.
I
'Cause,
think
like,
it's
he
all
almost
of those
got
things.
killed. I
That's
almost
right.
got this kid killed.
I almost killed this kid
because I liked him and I needed help.
right?
yeah, and
Like-
I'm being
Because I saw some of myself in him,
Yeah.
clearly, and that,
Yeah.
And I
and
used
really
it.
wanted to work with him, but I also really needed help,
yep.
and it probably wasn't a good idea.
It was him,
Yeah.
it was him being like, I was incredibly reckless.
Yeah, I went too far.
It was that Sokovian kid all over again.
Well, it's not just that, but it's also like, I mean, like, if we know the thing of Tony Stark, he'll do anything to be right and to
Yeah,
win.
and to
Yeah.
win.
You know, and I think at that moment he was like, wait a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that moment it was many things at once.
It was really
He was
sobering. I hope, for
angry
him.
with himself and with him, and he's like, there's no reason for him to do that, but he was still, and it was a real moment, and it was really cool, and it was very interesting, and seeing how a 15-year-old will process that experience, where he's like, so do I go home? I'm in Germany?
Yeah. I liked that after Spider-Man left the fight,
Yes.
we did get a little follow-up on him.
Yes.
Like, it wasn't just, and he's gone, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
there was a little bit of follow-up.
I was kind of hoping we were going to get some more, like, Thanos or something, but, like, the fact that PS was Spider-Man, I'm like, yeah, no, I want that more.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
And
I
I-
like Thanos. I'm excited, but I want to see more Spider-Man.
And I
That's
like
what
how
I care about.
Spider-Man really can't be mad at Captain America. Who could be mad at? Like, you know
Right.
what I mean?
No,
Like,
yeah.
They had a moment, too! Spider-Man and Captain America have a moment!
yeah. They're both from New York.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just different boroughs.
Just different boroughs.
Yep.
Yeah.
What I'm really... I was expecting was him being like, I'm from Brooklyn. He's like, oh. Oh, rich kid!
Since we just talked about the PS, can I say how excited I personally was that we saw a little bit of Wakanda? Like,
Yes.
we actually
Yeah.
saw a little bit of Wakanda.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was great.
That was cool.
but they
Awesome.
barely hinted at what Wakanda actually is.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
I mean, it's
we
enough
got,
where you like know. Whoa, this is not.
yeah, like we
what I
got a little
expected.
bit of the science, but then
Yeah.
we had the huge Black Panther
Yeah.
statue. I was like,
Like it's
Why is it
facing
looking in that
Why is
building?
it looking in the building? It's not
Because
looking out!
Black Panther protects Wakanda, but at the same time, Black Panther also judges the rulers.
I
he's
guess
watching
in
you,
the
too.
science lab.
Yeah.
Why is that huge?
Yeah, he's keeping an eye on
That's
things.
that's the palace, man.
Every window has to have a giant statue of a panther looking in. Yeah, look at Cap. He's getting a little bit.
They're all like, yeah.
Yeah,
mhm.
that was
Cap's like,
amazing.
God damn
Yeah,
it.
despite the fact the movie is like stuffed to the rafters with stuff going on, they don't sacrifice the little moments
Yeah.
Yeah.
that make you care about the characters.
Since we're giving pretty much everything away,
Right?
Yeah.
do you guys feel negatively at all that Iron Man took it too far at the end and like just
to kill
entirely
Bucky?
bulldozed the idea that like, all right, so he was brainwashed the
Yeah.
entire time, but he killed my parents,
Right.
so fuck everything.
I mean,
no.
And
I
fuck
get
Cap.
it.
Hang on, no.
Yeah, I totally get it.
I don't agree with him, but
Yeah.
I say no because I think he's angry not only at Bucky, but he's angry at himself for the way that he treated his parents before they died, and so
Yes.
he's releasing everything.
And I like
Yeah.
that they've actually established that in all the Iron Man movies. He clearly has parental issues
yes.
and won't let go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then finding out that like they were murdered
Yeah.
and that it was wholly preventable.
Yeah,
is,
there was no reason for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So like even though he says like you killed my mom, I think
Yeah.
that's a huge factor for him, but I think it's really the regret of the role that he like had with his like or the relationship he had with his father. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like I think it's he's angry at him, but like any common sense is gone because
Yeah.
he's never dealt with this in an
Yeah.
appropriate
Well,
manner.
and like the guy's right there.
Yeah.
He just watched it happen
Yep.
on the video, and his friend knew about it and didn't tell him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
that
all
is-
that going on, he cannot process it rationally.
Yeah.
Like he had to be stopped
yeah.
from killing the Winter Soldier, but I totally get why he was like laying it all out.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
trying to get it.
I don't
'Cause-
agree, but
Yeah.
I mean, it was,
Yeah.
you know. I
and
get
that
it.
fight's awesome too.
That
That's
fight
a
is
great
amazing.
fight,
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
It's a really visceral fight.
It is, but that shield passing.
It was fun.
So cool.
It was almost like they were trying to tell you that there was going to be a passing of the shield at some point in
You
the
see,
near future.
Maybe.
I read a different passing of the shield, and it was when Falcon was using his wings as cover from bullets.
Yeah, he did.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
And he even took the wings off at one point, and they became an actual shield that he
Yeah.
carried.
That
By the
was
way,
cool.
Good on Falcon for when War Machine is like plummeting.
And he's like, nope, I'm going to
He
go try.
immediately
Yeah.
joins him, regardless of anything that's happened. He's
Yep.
like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I don't
No.
want
Tony.
people to die.
Ooh, Ethan, physics question. So if something is falling at a terminal velocity,
Mhm.
just falling,
Yeah.
can something else surpass that if it's aiming and thrusting downwards?
Yeah. Yeah. of
So,
course.
do you think there's any reason they couldn't have caught him?
Well,
aside
yeah, if
from
they,
plot-
They just were slow enough.
if they weren't able to accelerate enough faster than gravity, and if they didn't start their descent fast enough, yes.
Mm.
That was totally...
That was feasible, what
Okay.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
rough.
more unbelievable when you're actually able to catch up with someone.
Yeah.
in midair.
Also, they would have to catch up with him with enough time to then also.
So they like turn up
Yeah.
and like...
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yes.
That was rough, by the way, watching them and knowing
Yeah.
they weren't going to catch him.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
Yeah.
it was rough also seeing him in the suit.
Yeah.
Like those cuts. to
Yeah,
him.
and he's like, guys.
Yeah, like,
I have no
I'm
power.
really in
This
trouble
is not
here."
good.
Also, he shouldn't have been able to communicate with me. He had no power.
Well, he might not have been able to communicate.
Unless it was like
I think it was
Yeah,
just talking to
I think-
himself.
I don't know if they were responding to him or not,
Yeah, I don't know.
or if we were just seeing him talking. He didn't know if they could hear him or not.
Right.
I mean, that's probably what you would do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I hope you're there, guys. I hope,
Yeah.
Mayday.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is working, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna try.
Does that also mean he couldn't see the ground coming?
No, probably not.
No, because he was
Yes.
also falling. I thought he
That's
was
rough.
falling backwards. I
He
don't
was,
know why.
yeah.
That's it. Can they see out of the eyes without power? Are the
Yeah.
eyes like holes?
Yeah, they're holes. Remember they show like in on numerous occasions when either Stark's armor's off or it shuts off, like you can still see out
Okay.
the
So you
holes.
can
Okay.
do it.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if they were like cameras.
They
I thought
become
that.
cameras.
He has cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
they-
they're
there's
also
a whole
see-through.
display.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Alright.
like virtual cameras. Anyway, Captain America Civil War, you should check it out. It's going to be in theaters for a while. It's
Yeah.
already the 5th highest grossing movie of all time.
Woo!
And, we'll see you guys next time on another episode of Off the Rack, which will be about comics. So, thanks for joining us on this special Civil War themed episode. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Tiffany.
See you at the movies. Hey, we had a lot of fun talking about Captain America Civil War. So much fun that we talked for like an hour and 13 minutes, and that is death to a YouTube show. So instead, what you should do is check out our SoundCloud page, where we have the full discussion about this movie. It's a lot of fun. You'll also find the Elseworlds Exchange and some of our other episodes like Big Shots on there as well. So go to the description box below this video and check it out because it's a lot of fun. We make a lot of funnier moments, I'm sure, that are in there that you didn't see.